Today's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a chat and chew. So we all have different
a chat and
foods
chew.
that we're gonna chew really loudly into the mic.
Yeah, so I brought soup.
Dry soup.
I brought chips.
Ew.
I brought peanut butter.
Peanut butter. That is actually terrible.
Like, it's so there's like a few foods that is really hard for me to stay in the same room as when people chew it. Peanut butter and apples.
The combo of peanut butter and apple.
Yeah, the peanut butter apple.
Because it's like the crunch, but then stuck.
It's stuck in your mouth. I can't.
So today's a little bit different video format. It's like our podcast, but it has drawings over it. Literally just combining the two.
Yay! Just like a casual
The two different videos that we do. But we had a couple of questions.
So it's kind of a Q&A / advice sesh.
We had a couple of questions from some sweet peas. So one of them, Zoe, she asked to talk about imposter syndrome.
Wow.
/ comparison / not feeling like a true artist. And then Mystne, I believe is how to pronounce it. She asked if we could talk about how to keep OCs alive and draw them once you make them, and then not let them like rot in your Procreate files or sketchbook. And just like tips on how to keep an OC. So I thought these kind of like could cross compare a little bit.
I definitely have advice for both of those.
Well, can I say for the first one, I've actually never felt inadequate, and
yeah, me neither.
I've
I feel
never
like on top of it.
I feel like I'm actually the best artist on the world.
I mean, it's pretty easy to not deal with imposter syndrome when you just are the objectively best artist that's ever lived.
Because then there's no comparison. No need for comparison. Everyone just compares themselves to you.
Yeah.
So that was a really dumb question.
Thanks for asking. Not. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Just kidding.
Actually, on like a real note, I feel like not even just in like a creative field, you're always gonna experience imposter syndrome. I just feel like that's natural human tendencies, like not feel like you're enough, and also like comparing yourself to other people. Like, why am I not like them? Like, what would even make me qualified to be like these people?
And
but
also like specifically imposter syndrome, like having any kind of success and feeling like you deserve that too.
Yeah, that can also be, especially if you
it's the other side of the coin.
Exactly, especially if you've lived most of like your art career being like, oh, I'm not good enough, there's people so much better than me, and then you finally get some success, you're like, oh, how would like why me and not these people.
There's also this kind of like curve of if you are consistently improving, and then as you're improving you're realizing more and more like people who are really good, you like see it differently. And so it's just like you're constantly like comparing.
Exactly. I feel like especially with art and like social media or literally like anything in general, if you go to a gallery and you see an artist's work that you think is like amazing, that's like their best work. That's not gonna be everything in between, which is like kind of easy to forget sometimes. Literally everyone fails, but like don't run away from failure.
That's so true. Also,
because
comparison is the thief of joy.
That's true.
A mantra I've been trying to live by. My 2025 mantra is that comparison is the thief of joy, because
it's true.
I struggle so badly.
Yeah.
In like every aspect of my life, constantly being like, oh my god, I wish I was funnier, I wish I was blah 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 blah. Like deep down to my core, it rotted my brain. Like this has been something like probably one of my biggest problems in life to get over. 2025 mantra: comparison is the thief of joy, and I'm leaving comparison in the past. In 2024 and below.
Exactly.
Yay!
It's so hard to saying that is one thing and actually doing is another. But I think like as long as you're like, actually that's I love that. Comparison's a thief of joy.
Also, genuinely fake it till you make it.
Yes. Oh my god, lie.
Yes.
Lie to yourself. You're gonna have to lie to yourself first.
Yeah, say like I'm capable. For example, like funny, I'm capable of doing this because it translates.
And then just do it.
Exactly.
Just do it as much as you possibly can.
And then you realize, wait, I'm actually doing the thing that I was scared of or didn't think I could do.
I would say my favorite thing is I can do hard things, because that can get you so far, because it's like brain's like training itself to know, like, I don't know, like everything
that you
seems
are capable.
Easier.
Even because you can like compare it to, I don't know, I mean everyone goes through hard things, and so it's like if I got through that,
that like any,
it's like I can complete
life.
this project, or like I can improve this thing in my drawing,
or even if
something.
like some God forbid event happened to you, it may still be affecting you, but I swear there's like always a light at the end of the tunnel.
No, truly.
And like if you're here today, then you made it through that. So
every day,
every single day.
Segue so much off of the art thing, but
I know we got into life.
Like,
it does though.
Especially if it's like your career path, or if it's just a hobby that you really want to invest time in and want to get better at.
Yeah. I honestly just do it.
Exactly.
You will fail, and like it sounds so like cliche being like you will fail, but like keep
it's
going.
true.
But, like, simply if you go into it with the mindset in the beginning, because it's really rough of like it's so scary, you don't want to start something because you're so afraid that like you're going to fail or fall short,
or that it'll be too hard.
Right? And then it's like just do it, and do it as much as you possibly can, and then you'll soon realize, oh wait, like I'm actually doing this thing that I thought was so impossible.
Exactly. And even if it's something that you don't even like, you don't end up liking, like I feel like I start a lot of drawings and then I'm like, this is like ugly, but at least you sat down and tried,
and that is better than doing nothing.
Yeah. Exactly, because you actually were doing the hard thing that you thought you couldn't do.
Also, then think about the fact that like the joy and beauty of human creation. Like,
exactly.
You are a human
contributing to that.
Creating, and that alone is enough. And that's so much more than enough. It doesn't have to be like quote unquote good. You made something.
Exactly.
Also, one good thing about art, like if you keep any of yourself, like actually like try not to throw too much away, because looking back in like even like a few months time, seeing how much you improved, even if you didn't think you did, there's no better feeling than that.
Yeah.
Also, I guarantee once again are very consistent with your practice, and like you are intentional with what you're doing, you will see improvement. There's no other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking about inspiration and comparison as well, because a lot of the times obviously people will be like, oh, let me go find some inspiration for whatever I'm working on, that be like character design, painting, drawing, whatever, and then you look up people and you're like, wow, this is so good, and then you try doing it and you're like, why am I not that good? So it can be a really hard thing to like separate comparing yourself to these people or artworks that you're inspired by versus not. At least for me, I try, like when I notice that I'm just comparing a lot, I'm like, I'm going back to the basics, like draw from life or something. Honestly, or just like don't look at things online.
Remove yourself. Oh my god.
And like
stop looking at Pinterest. Like I love Pinterest. Do not get me wrong, I love Pinterest.
And Pinterest can be helpful, but
it can also be a rabbit hole.
Yes, and like diversify your inspiration from more than just like the shows you watch and the YouTube videos you watch and the media you consume. Branch out.
Inspired by like light, like physical, like actually light. I like the way light looks. I like the way it can create shadows. Yeah, just like literally experience the world around you. Like
wake up. Instagram down, put TikTok down,
and listen. Like we all love social media, obviously.
No, literally, like, I'm on that.
You're on a social media platform right now. If you see someone's Instagram bio and they say 13 years old and they're like this excellent painter,
that hurts.
But also like don't let that get you. That's one person out of like a billion people
also,
on this planet.
Everyone has their own timeline.
Yeah,
exactly.
That is so for some reason like never bothered me. Like that's such a big thing that a lot of people agree that this is like such like a, oh my god, like I hate that. But for some reason I've always just been like, I don't know, like that's them.
For me, it makes me feel like I am running out of time. Like in a horrible way.
I
see that.
I think that used to happen to me more when I was a little younger. When you get older, it's kind of like you start to appreciate more around you, which in turn can mean you appreciate the path other people are on. Oh, I'm so jealous of them. It's like good for them.
Yeah.
Which obviously is another thing that's hard to learn and hard to do. But like training yourself to think that way can be very helpful.
Yeah, right there.
Jealousy is also just so nasty. And like anytime I find myself feeling super jealous, I try to just like,
it's such a waste of energy.
It is. It helps no one. It actively hurts yourself, and also it is the like, I don't know how to say it other than ugly. Like it is the ugliest thing. It makes people want to be not around you, and like obviously not doing everything for other people, but like
even if you have like a good poker face, no,
people can tell.
That's
it is so much more nice to be around and to like learn from someone who, even if they are like technically less talented, if they are just like appreciative of where they are and where everyone else is, it is so much more pleasant. To
also
be
like you will 100 when you stop brooding on all the ways you're bad, you'll start making good progress and improving.
And be like a better person.
Exactly.
And be a better
and obviously
person.
These things are very hard to do and learn, and we say this as like a, and we're not even all the, like we're not perfect. None of us are perfect.
We're still very young.
Oh wow.
Po buddy.
That's my
po boy.
Po boy. Po boys are.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those are good.
I think
like a shrimp po boy.
Maya's a po boy.
Mine's
I'm
definitely a boy. She's got a little shrimp on her
shrimp,
shirt.
yeah.
That's cute, actually.
But yeah, obviously that was a very like broad answer to your question.
It takes practice, takes time.
Yes,
It's not easy.
and I think once again the reason why we went so broad is because the root of all these things is not just you're an artist.
It's broad.
Go have fun.
Perform for the world.
Experiment. No, perform for yourself.
Perform
No,
for
no.
yourself,
Wow.
and the world will watch.
Yeah.
Do we have a second question? Or?
Yes, it was how to keep OCs alive.
Oh yeah, I would
have
be staying
really good
silent
advice
on
to
this.
this.
So
Okay, so I will say, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. It's okay to create a character and throw it away. Genuinely.
And this goes with literally any artwork.
Yeah, because-
but especially with characters. You don't have to cling on to the OC you made in middle school.
You can have a
Like,
picture
you
of
can
it.
let it go. You can let it go.
To laugh at it later, you can take a picture of it, but it's okay. Like, it is fully okay to let your OC rot and die.
Aww.
What I have found is make an OC, like, if you really are like, I want to write a story, I want to write a character, what are you obsessed with at the time?
So true.
Because you will cling to that. And that's what I've done. Also, don't put, I would recommend not putting all of your time and energy into one story.
Always
at one
like write
time.
down ideas, keep those in the back of your head
Yeah.
at least. Like write them down somewhere.
Because
you can
you're
use them
gonna
later.
burn out. So, like, personally, what I have core around, like, 10, maybe, like, in total, but they're all different universes and stories. And I kind of just cycle through them. When I'm inspired, I'll really delve into it. And then when I eventually am, like, am kind of bored of this, I'll step away. Like, try not to force anything. But, like, Sock Monkey example, I saw the Bob Dylan movie, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be back in this, I need to live in the 60s and the 70s, I need to be free.
go back,
and
I
be
need to
free
go back.
Really. As if we
ever were there.
No, but, so then I was, like, listening to 70s music, and then I was like, I want to draw Jesse, I want to draw Bobby, I want to draw
Bring
the
them
band.
back.
Bring them back.
Bring them back, make them real.
So it's like,
Make them real.
for me, like, honestly, like, music, put on a playlist, and something will happen. But also, if you're really struggling, it's, like, doesn't work for you. If you have a nugget of an idea, just start and, like, just sketch around. It might not be the best thing ever, but if you just keep working on it, like we were saying, even if you don't necessarily want to do it, still do it. That's kind of contradictory to me saying it's okay to let OCs die, but it's also, if you keep working on it, and you're like, this is bad, it's been, like, a really long time, maybe it's time to let them go. But
there's always a line.
Exactly. Also, another thing I wanted to mention was, this isn't like bringing the comparison thing back. Don't be like, oh my gosh, my character is so unoriginal, or like, my character's, it doesn't stand out in the crowd. Like, literally, who cares? There was this meme that was on Twitter recently. Actually, it wasn't a meme. This person was being dead serious. They posted a thing and they were like, me posting art of, like, fan art of, like, games or movies and media that I like. And it's, like, thousands of likes. And then the other side was me posting about my OCs and original content. No likes. Who cares about
also,
your OCs?
Yeah, like, no one like, you haven't made a story with them.
Exactly.
There's no reason
and
for anyone
also,
to connect with the character.
But also, if you like your characters,
draw for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah, that makes me so
especially against
angry.
characters, because once again, I don't like, no, obviously you can make characters and they don't have to go anywhere. They can just stay in your little bubble. But if you, like, want to write a story with them, make a show one day, whatever, then that's when you'll have the fan art. But also, that shouldn't be a deterrent for not posting those things. Likes, if you like your OCs, and I don't really get content on the original character thing. However, when we did our Sock Monkeys video, y'all loved it. And that little nugget of people, if only a couple people enjoyed the characters you make, I'm fully fine with that.
even if nobody did.
Exactly. Because we sat down and we had so much fun talking about them, because that's what we enjoy. That's
Create
like one of my favorite
yourself,
things.
Definitely.
Exactly. That's kind of like an overarching thing with this whole thing. Create for yourself.
It's very true, because if you love what you're doing, eventually other people will love it too, but that can't be the reason that you're doing it.
Exactly.
You just gotta love what you're doing and be happy with it.
Exactly.
And like what you were saying with worrying about it being original, I would fall into that all the time when I was younger, because I was so concerned about like making something really meaningful or powerful or whatever. But when you think about like characters in like cartoons and stuff, there is a formula. Not saying that it's very strict, but look at like Steven Universe,
exactly,
and Finn from Adventure Time, and Gumball, and it's main character boy with friend.
Exactly.
It's like who is adventurous and like I don't know, like funny. They're very like it's a very similar kind of
and also the styles are so simplistic in every one of those shows. So like,
and those shows are wildly successful.
Exactly, and they're all very good in their own ways.
Yeah.
I think that's something that can make characters more interesting is the personality and characteristics within them, not like necessarily their physical appearance, or it can just be like how we were saying, like in my Sock Monkey video or our Sock Monkey video, I said Diego to the things that I mentioned was the fact that his favorite color was blue and he liked red foxes. That's such a specific random thing, and it's not really like original. And yet, I feel like that really shows a lot about his personality.
I would say, like, humanizing your character. Even if, like, they're not a human, give them, like, some kind of backstory, whether or not it's going to show up in a story you write or something that you share.
Yeah. It can help you.
It'll help you. And you can also draw on, like, your own experiences and stuff. That makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
I feel, whatever inspires you, let it inspire you. And, like, honestly, copy some of it. Like,
draw Dipper Pines, like, Mipper Pine.
Yeah, literally take direct inspiration and then you can evolve it from there.
Exactly. Also,
like if you like Genshin Impact,
draw
and you like really complicated characters, use them as reference to create your own.
Exactly.
I mean,
I find so much joy in self-inserts. Like
because I'm like I know y'all love this, and that's
also
great.
Like, it's okay to be self-indulgent. I mean, art is kind of inherently selfish. And that's okay because it's like one of the most purest forms of human expression, and it's so important and impactful on like culture, and I just love it so much, obviously. But
and I would actually, that is a perfect jumping off point. The drawing that I chose to show was it's a study that I did from Arcane because I am so inspired by that show. And I just want to say that it's okay to reference things. It's actually a very common practice, literally no matter what art.
That is the only way you can improve.
Exactly. And also that doesn't mean, some people will think like referencing things, all tracing is bad. When I started drawing, pretty much all I did was directly copy artists. And trace sometimes, but like if you have a reference photo,
just don't publish it as your own.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to reference things. Be inspired by things that you are inspired by. Don't be like, this is cringe, or people aren't gonna like this, or this is too much. Nothing's cringe. Cringe is no more.
Cringe does not exist.
It's okay
also
to be a little weird.
Cringe is out in 2021.
Cringe is out. It's weird. It's okay to be weird.
It's good to be weird.
It's good to be weird, especially as an artist, because
you have to be weird.
Exactly. That's like the only way to think.
If you're not, you're like
weird.
basically making like decorative art.
Exactly, which is like, you know what?
Which is okay,
but if you want to have some in this realm, I'm guessing maybe a little weird.
Yeah, like going off like the self-insert tangent, the drawing that I'm showing is it's just a self-insert into. I love Pokemon, and if what I like to draw is me in that universe, that's kind of a character on its own. And like if I wanted to channel that and like tweak it a little bit and then make it its own thing.
It honestly also could just be you and have a different name, or honestly just be the same name. Like, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Literally,
like
who
that
cares?
is a character that you
need.
I did a little OC comic that I did because over break from school I was totally obsessed with the story that Maya and I have had for I don't even know how many years at this point. A long time. But we were writing a ton, and this was a little bit. It's my OCs, and I love them. Yeah, and this is like them coming back after a night out. Yeah, and he's fun.
Also, and so many we have so many tropes in the story because I like those tropes. I think they're funny. I think they're
everyone likes them.
And so
it happens.
Once again, it's all coming full circle here. Comparison is the thief of joy. Mm-hmm. Find joy. You can find anywhere. Mm-hmm. Don't think that things are weird or cringe.
Generate your own joy.
Exactly.
And let yourself enjoy things.
Exactly.
It is okay.
Even if people are like, that's weird. Okay, thanks.
And oh my god, life is so short. If you are so lucky as to find a little pocket of joy in anything, like delve headfirst into it.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to be unoriginal at times. That's in quotes. Unoriginal, or shy away from referencing things, finding joy. Live, laugh, love.
Create.
At the end of the day, literally, I just create. Do you
pick up that paintbrush?
Pick up that Apple Pencil.
Yeah,
Apple Pencil.
But yeah, thanks guys for the questions. Hopefully y'all liked our little advice session here because it's a little different.
We're like your big sisters.
Ew. No, too parasocial.
We're like your
but we're here for
big
you
sisters.
if you need it.
Yeah, if you need anything, contact us directly.
Yeah, I'll give my phone number. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Thanks, guys.
Well, send in more questions.
Yeah,
if you're ever curious.
Exactly.
It costs you nothing.
No, and also we're not professionals, but obviously it's good to hear outside perspectives.
We're just connecting.
So.
We're just building community.
Exactly. That's cute, and a community of cute or sweet peas.